The woman desperately threw herself in front of her husband's car, begging him not to leave with his mistress. He coldly told her she was overreacting and drove off. Just minutes earlier, he had tried to offer his own wife to a business partner for a fun night, treating her like a disposable object. Horrified, she ran from the room before anything could happen. She fell to the floor and remembered the promise he made 8 years ago, how he once vowed to love only her and never look at another woman. Now that vow was shattered. She stood up, threw away her wedding ring, and declared she would divorce him. The next morning, while having breakfast, her husband casually asked her to prepare a meal for him to take to work. She saw it as the perfect moment to tell him about the divorce. But before she could speak, his mistress called, claiming she had twisted her ankle and needed help getting to work. Without a second thought, he told his wife he doesn't have time for her meaningless talk and rushed off. Later that day, she went to his office only to find him laughing and flirting with his mistress. When she entered, he told the mistress to collect the food his wife brought. Offended, she refused. He grabbed the food from her hands, saw the injury she got while preparing it, and insulted her, calling her useless. The mistress pretended to apologize, but the husband immediately shut her down and told her never to apologize to a useless woman. He then fed his mistress right in front of his wife, then turned to his wife and told her to leave if she had nothing better to do. She walked out and printed the divorce papers. Her husband approached her and threw a pink jacket at her, complaining about people leaving clothes in his office. She tossed it back, reminding him that she hated pink and it was clearly the mistress's. Once again he accused her of overreacting, and as she walks out, he grabs her hand and asked about the missing ring. Spotting the documents she held, he snatched them and saw the divorce papers. Angry, he tore them apart and told her not to think of divorcing him. He dragged her home and tried to force himself on her but got slapped in the face. Enraged, he told her she couldn't leave without his permission and locked her in the bedroom. That night, her husband came to the bedroom and told her to come downstairs. As she did, her husband's mistress walked up to him and held his hand. She bragged about winning a piano competition, and that her husband had suggested they all celebrate together. Disappointed, the wife declined, but he cut her off, saying he wished she was half as sensible as his mistress. The mistress sat at the piano to perform, but suddenly screamed in pain. A hidden blade had sliced her hand. Furious, the husband accused his wife of planting the blade and she denied it, but he slapped her, demanding she apologize. And when she refused to apologize for something she didn't do, he slapped her again and dragged her to the piano to hurt her in return. Then he threw her to the floor and rushed his mistress to the hospital, completely unaware that his mistress had planted the blade herself. The next day, she packed her bags and was ready to leave, when her husband walked in with medicine for her wound. She looked at it and coldly reminded him that she was allergic to the medicine. Then she handed him new divorce papers. He tried to stop her, claiming he had finally planned a wedding ceremony for them. They were only legally married, but he had never made the marriage public because he was ashamed she came from a poor family. She told him it was too late, and that if he truly wanted to marry her, he should announce it to everyone at work, but he hesitated. Just then, his mistress walked in, holding a wedding dress she claimed was for the wife. The wife looked at it and scoffed. She told him the dress wasn't her size and it was clearly meant for the mistress. The husband checked and said it must have been a mistake, and asked her why she was getting upset over something so small. Then he received a business call and left for a meeting. Left alone with the mistress, the wicked woman confronted the wife and told her to leave because the man